Greetings everyone, my name is Flare Blitz and welcome back to Our Wonderland. Glad everyone's enjoying it so far, especially the developer of this game. Thank you so much for your support. With a press of a button, I start the heavenly parcellations of my caffeine juice. Breakfast is the remaining dregs of my chocolate rice snappers. Okay. And once I'm adequately engorged with sugary substance, I drag myself to the bathroom to clean myself up. I was supposed to call that coffee there, not chocolate. I look awful, don't I always? But then again, when don't I? I hook a finger around the corner of my mouth and pull my lip back to observe the damage to my back filling. It's definitely going to pop out soon. Goddamn dentist. Back filling as in like the... Okay, I get what you mean now. It of course has nothing to do with the fact that I've never got my wisdom teeth out despite the constant recommendations and painful reminders from within the root canals themselves. Who has time for that? People do. I'll let my lip flop back into place and take to my teeth with the toothbrush. Once the chocolate has vanished from my breath, I splash a little water on my face, slap my cheeks to get the blood flowing, and then wander back to grab my coffee and man my usual post at the desk. And here we are, the incredibly high-tech work desk that we have here. 3 screens as well. The computer screen crackles to life, and I massage my temple as I wait for it to finish booting. I'll probably have a headache by the end of the day. I always do after I drink, and it doesn't help, but I'll have to put in extra hours to make up for the work I didn't do yesterday. God damn it, why can't they let me have some time off? Whatever. I slap my earphones over my ears, pull my knees to my chest, pop open my text editor, and get to work. And here we are, at work. 3 cups of coffee, 1 granola bar, and 2 readjustments of my legs later, and I've reached my groove in peak performance. I nod my head to the music as my fingers dance sporadic rhythms across the keys. And we'll go, oh, someone's calling us, I believe. I'm so focused that I even notice my phone buzzing until it's about to switch over to voicemail. The green phone icon catches my eye and I instinctively snap my hands toward... Oh, don't snap it, otherwise you're gonna spill over your coffee. Yep, only for the tips of my knuckles to graze the handle of my coffee cup, sending it and the last few sips of my cold coffee towards the carpet. Who on earth drinks cold coffee? Honestly, why do people let coffee go cold? It doesn't taste good at all. Every nerve in my body reacts at once. I leap from my chair to grab it, but alas. I suppose we all have different taste buds, but it's either I have to have it hot or just don't have it at all. Only to jerk my headphone cord out of its jack in the process and promptly blast the dance-worthy beats of my electro swing through the entire apartment. What a sight to behold. This about sends my heart into overdrive, and with a panicked twist I reach back for who knows what at this point. But my flying hand hits the back of a chair and my feet pretzel beneath me and we both go down. My head hits the soggy carpet just as my phone gives one last zealous buzz, vibrating itself straight off the desk and onto my chest. Damn. I pick it up just as it bleeps to tell me I have a new message. For crying out loud. I'm 3 heartbeats past giving a damn at this point, but the name of the caller ID says it's Huna. And given that I don't think he's ever called me before, I know it must be important. I click the music off and jab the redial button, balancing the phone between my ear and shoulder as I set to blotting the carpet with paper towel wads. I suppose it's the only thing we have nearby. The phone rings twice, then connects. Hey, sorry I missed your call. What's up? The paper towels are soaked by this point. but the sound that comes through the receiver isn't what I expected. Sobs. Harried sniffles. A cough. Huna, he's crying? Iggy. I pause in my carpet clean ministrations. Huna, what's wrong? It's Bucks. She's gone. I don't know where or what. Then what happened? I woke up this morning and she was gone. There was no note. Nothing. This starts a fresh wave of sobs. Iggy, she told Sadai. Both of them. They're just gone. I've called and I called and I called and I called. I silently fall back onto my rear end, forgetting about the coffee. You're sure she didn't say anything last night? Or what about an appointment? Anything in the calendar? Maybe you just forgot? Huna's voice shakes. There's nothing. I would have known, and besides, the car's still in the garage. You Americans call it garage. He pauses, and I can hear him swallow. Iggy, I'm scared. You haven't heard from her, have you? Or did she say anything last night? Anything strange? I run a hand through my hair. I haven't heard from her since last night. She seemed normal, I guess. I don't know. Nothing stood out to me. Oh, you're goddamn sure that something did stand out, and it's the arguments between the two of them. Except for the fight, but what would be the point of mentioning that? I've already reached out to everyone. No one's heard from her. It's been hours now. I don't know what to do. Blank. Keep trying her. It's probably just, Bugs. She probably just forgot to tell you about something. Or, hey, maybe she wanted to surprise you. Or I don't know. Yeah, surprise us with, hey, I'm missing. Please find me. I'm not going to leave any clues, but please find me. Your dearest beloved. Whatever it is, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for it. No, it's insanity. If that's what it is, it's bloody insanity. Another sniff. The line is quiet for a moment. Then, sort of a whisper. Yeah. It'll be fine, okay? Just keep trying her. Yeah. The line goes dead. Huna. But there's no response. You must have hung up. I hold my phone out as though it might contain some sort of answer. But my only reward is the colourful laser light show that's the default wallpaper I never changed. Damn it, Bucks. I toss the phone back on the desk, then set back to the waterlogged carpet. Brown at this point, and not because of anything other than coffee. Even back in high school, Bucks have been known to throw temper tantrums. So it honestly wouldn't surprise me if that's what's going on now. Yeah, but to not let your loved one know that you're out of action is not very good. But she's an adult. What Huna said last night is true. She needs to grow up. I look down at the stain on the carpet, at my messy desk, at the laundry strewn on the floor, at my bowl on the counter with the milky cereal remnants so stuck to the inside, and that wasn't even from today's breakfast, but that was that was stacked from the previous week's worth that I've yet to reorganize and put in a drawer, or not even a drawer, but put in the dishwasher or even clean. Alright, so I'm not the perfect example of adulthood, but at least the only victim is myself. Yeah, exactly. You can't blame anybody else other than yourself. Bugs has people that depend on her, that need her. Yeah, like Huna and Sadai. I carry the soggy paper wads to the trash can and drop them on top of yesterday's empty fruit snack box. Coffee dribbles across the floor, the mouths of the sharks decorating its front like the blood of their latest kill. Yeah, big decorations. Not about to let this incident distract me from my work any longer. I migrate back to the desk and snap my headphones back into place. There's still work to do, and I've still got a belly to feed with the money that I'll gain from said work. With one last glance at my silent phone, I give my cheeks a slap and dive back into the function I'd been 3/4 of the way through finishing. Time to focus. Time to not detour into the land of distractions of Our Wonderland. I don't hear anything else from Hunar for the rest of the day. To be honest, I kind of forgot about him. And Bucks. I put in a few more hours of work, get hungry, order myself beef and broccoli from the little Chinese place a few blocks over, get distracted watching videos online, work a bit more, decide that's enough for the day, and hack away at my game for an hour or 3. And by that time my eyes are starting to droop, which means it's time to retreat to the bed, repeating my morning cleansing routine, read for a while under the comfort of my covers. I don't think about Hunar and Bucks again until I turn off my bedside lamp. And by that point, I'm so tired it isn't more than a passing thought as I bury my head in my pillow. I'm sure it's fine. I'll call tomorrow. Well, you could visit. I dreamed that night. I'm in the woods and someone's calling me. I chase after the voice in the darkness. But every time I think I'm getting close, it comes from a different direction, and further away as well. Iggy. I run faster, the branches whipping at my face, and the roots underneath threatening to send me stumbling into the dirt. Where are you, Iggy? I run and I run and I run. Run until I can't breathe and I fall to my knees. The darkness is closing in. I feel something on the back of my neck. Iggy. Only this time it's the voice of a child. What a morbid request that is. Please kill me, Iggy. I gasp and sit up, only now I'm back in my bed and the sun is reflecting off the window straight into my eyes. That must have been your alarm bell, somebody threatening you to kill them. I groan, my heart still thudding away inside my chest. That was morbid. I wait a few minutes for my sense of reality to return before shaking my head and climbing out of the bed. And here we go again. It's late, far later than I usually wake up. Oh, okay. And as I'm taking my first sip of coffee, I remember Hunar. Worry bubbles up somewhere around that word. I should call. His number's still the last one of my recent calls, and it only takes a second before the phone is ringing. But it cuts to voicemail after the 5th ring. Otherwise engaged. Damn. I knot the inside of my cheek. Again. The bubbles of worry are starting to turn into a froth. Maybe I should try someone else? I put up my contacts. Who should I call? Of course, we're going to... And I've been told that this is like, you're trying to pronounce budget, but you replace the B with a G, so it's Grudget? Sure, things have ended weird the other day, but maybe she's feeling better now? And heck, maybe we could clear the air a bit. Better than leaving things on that wonderful note for too long. Yeah, quote, wonderful. I press the button next to Budget's name and bring the phone to my ear. 1 ring, 2 rings. Weird. Gretchen's not usually one to leave her phone unanswered. Unless she just doesn't want to talk to me? I grimace. Surely not. But when it goes to voicemail, I can't help but the feeling of unease in my stomach. And end the call without leaving a message. I bring my contacts back up. Now who? Let's see. We're gonna go with our friend Genzu. Please let him answer. I just need someone to answer. He answers on the 3rd ring. Thank goodness. Eggs, isn't this a real tree? You calling me? What can I do for you? My sib from another crib. Did Yuna call you? The line goes quiet. Then finally, he did, yeah. Buck's still gone, isn't she? He said he was going to get the cops involved if she wasn't back by this morning. But Blake is wrong with her again. My voice cracks. Why would she just leave like that? And to take the kid? I can almost see Genzu wincing on the other end. Things haven't exactly been great with him for a while. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. What? I bring a hand to my forehead, fingers forging dents in the skin. I need to sit down. I tug one of the stools out from under the kitchen counter and slump down. Why haven't I heard about this? Well, you haven't exactly been around? This gives me pause. As much as I hate to admit it's true, I rub my tongue against the back of my top teeth. How long has this been going on for? Honestly, I was already noticing things not long after their wedding, but they've been getting worse recently. I suppose because of a baby. I rest my elbows on the counter, head going to my hair. For goodness sakes. The wedding. I remember the wedding. All too well, actually. What went on throughout the wedding, then? I can't do it, Iggy. I just can't. What do you mean you can't? You love him, don't you? Yes, of course. I mean, I think I do, but it's like, is this what I want? What if it isn't? My parents were the ones always pushing me to get married. Sin against Jesus and all that if I don't, you know. But blank. I don't think I've ever been this scared before. You should not be scared, my man. I found Bucks hiding in one of the stalls in the bathroom. They thought it would be hilarious if Bucks wore a suit and Hunar wore a dress. Reminded them of their first school dance or something. Not that I would know. I never went to any of the dances. At any rate, she's been wearing this classy suit decked out to the nines, hair slicked back. Though, when I'd found her, it'd be a different story. Bow tie rested loose, button popped, collar mused, and her knee has been bouncing like a goddamn grasshopper on whatever it is, caffeine. But you already said yes, and now everyone's families are waiting out there, waiting for you. You know what it would do to him? Bugs wipes her forehead. But what if I'm not the woman he thinks I am? What if I'm not cut out for this? I mean, you know me. I'm not wife material. I'm a free spirit. Who cares if you're a free spirit? You can still be wife material. I roll my eyes. Free spirit my ass, Bucks. You've talked about wanting a family since high school. Only 'cause that's what I thought I wanted. Because that's what my parents always told me I had to do. But maybe that's not who I am. What if I end up breaking his heart? You'll break his heart if you don't go out there and say, I do, Bucks. God, the way he lights up whenever he's looking at you. You're his whole world. Have been since high school. And all of us, we all know it. Being a little jealous too, to be honest. I mean, how often do you find someone that loves you that much? Yeah, I guess. Buck stands up, walks over to the mirror. I see beads of sweat all across her neck. Yuna needs you, Bucks. And you need him. If we don't go out there today, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. Yeah, you're right. She brings her hands to her head. You're right. Then to her collar. I just got a little claustrophobic earlier. Claustrophobic does not relate towards this current issue unless you're thinking of some kind of psychological claustrophobic. She gestures to the loose ends of her bow tie. No, it's all squiffed. God damn it. She starts tugging at her collar, musing the already wrinkled fabric even more. Hey, stop it. I grab her hands. Don't worry, I got it. That's what friends are for, right? We help each other out. I smooth over her collar and get to work on the tie. Thanks, Iggy. My pleasure, friend. Hey, what are friends for, huh? Exactly. What are friends for? Are we back to the present day? Iggs? Iggs, you there? The voice of the receiver snaps me out of it, and I jerk away from the countertop. Sorry, just thinking. An uneasy feeling of guilt is playing cat's cradle with my ribs. Damn, Ugh. Why couldn't I have noticed something sooner? Hey, it wouldn't have helped anyway. Trust me. Besides, we all need our space. Don't beat yourself up over it. Is there anything we could do to help now? I've already tried calling Bucks myself, but have the same luck as Hunar. My guess is she'll be back soon. I give a pronunciation of Hunar as like lunar, or lunar, but with an R, so lunar, Hunar. She's never been gone more than a day or so. She'll cool off and come back and we'll put this behind us. For now, at least. Yeah. The line goes quiet. I imagine Genzu on the other side. What's he doing now? Is he at his stop? Shop, sorry. Home? He has been worrying about Hunar and Bucks this whole time. While I've been working and playing and sleeping like the goddamn annoying friend that I am. It's not even like that, but it's just... I don't want to say about maybe shite friend. Okay. I rub up my eyes anyway. I should get back to work. Let me know if you hear anything. Will do. Random. But you didn't have trouble sleeping last night, did you? Yeah, I did, actually. Why'd you ask? Just had some weird dreams is all. Can't shake 'em. Anyways, whatever. I'll talk to you later. That is really bizarre because we also had a weird dream too. Unless all of us were impacted by a similar kind of weird phenomenon. Yeah. Later. I put the phone down on the counter with a sigh and curl my fingers into my hair. My insides feel like a twisted knot. I stare at the streak of oil my cheek left behind on the phone screen until my vision blurs. Crikey. Is it another day? I try to focus to concentrate on my work. When that fails, I switch over to my game, but even that can't distract my thoughts enough to assuage the gurgle of unease turning my bowels into a butterfly sanctuary. Dinner eludes me as well. My appetite only coming in short bursts that see me reaching for the half-eaten snacks in my pantry. Great, half-eaten. That means they're already open. I don't hear from Hunar the rest of the day, nor Bucks, nor Genzu, nor anyone for that matter. They are all otherwise busy or looking for the dear couple that has somehow flown off the radar, including Hunar. The normal serenity of solitude has morphed into a feeling of anxious isolation. Really powerful way of putting it, actually. And I find myself reaching more than once towards my phone to ensure that I haven't missed a call or text. Night falls along with my motivation, and comes the anxiety. I'm past the point of even trying to divert my attention. I sit at the window and watch Mrs. Dornish make her third trip to the mailbox that day. Then retreat to my bed, figuring I'll play some music and try to relax. Get an early night's sleep. Tomorrow should have some answers. But even my normal beats only serve to make my nerves dance in different patterns. I cover my head with my pillow, lie with my feet at the head of the bed, move to the floor, move to the chair in the living room. Goodness sakes, you are really startled today. Maybe I should take a walk. Somehow the cool night air sounds tempting. The apartment feels absolutely stifling all of a sudden. Perhaps you'll find some answers while you're out there. I grab my keys and shoes and step outside, but Bree's playing with my curls as I start down the sidewalk. My steps are disguised by the hum of the cicadas. Lightning bugs dance across the yard, unless they're called fireflies, and moths flutter about the street lights. Each new sweep of a breeze sends the tree leaves into quivering staccato, like hushed whispers taunting me with their secrets. I know I mispronounced that word. I passed from one street to the next, leaving Brookside behind, past the little downtown and towards the development of the north. Oh, sorry, to the north. Few houses here, close to my folks' old house. Just sound of the outcropping of woods that somehow hasn't been built over even after all these years. My palm tingles. A pinprick like scratching that jumps from one nerve ending to the next and makes my fingers twitch. I curl my arms around my chest in an effort to dull the growing spark. Why did I walk all the way out here? Maybe it's a thing from last night, I don't know. A quick lap around the block would have sufficed, but no, I had to come here. I stop in the middle of the sidewalk. There's a gap between the houses, an empty lot of grass tufts and dandelions. My gaze goes towards the shadow of the woods beyond. It's quiet. Still, there aren't even any lightning bugs anymore. My feet turn towards the lot before I can stop them, and soon I'm tromping across the uneven tract. Is it the same woods which we saw in our dreams? The same woods that we started at the beginning of the game? I stop at the threshold between light and dark, one hand up to trace the bark of the nearest tree. What am I doing? My whole arm is throbbing now, as though 1,000 tiny insects are biting and jabbing and gnawing at the skin. I glance back at the lot and the sidewalk and the streetlights in the distance and my anxiety and whatever it was that I'm going to eat for breakfast tomorrow at the neighbouring houses with their darkened windows. Then return my gaze to the shadow behind there, between the trees. A little wisp of wind curling around my ankles and tussling the leaves underfoot. I take a step forward. A branch snaps not more than a few feet away. My heart leaps into my throat and I throw my arms with a squeak or squawk. Who's there? Cripes in a handbag. About scared the bejesus out of me. A pause. Wait, Iggs, is that you? I lower my arms and squint as a shadow moves away from a nearby tree. Hello there, what are you doing out here? Could ask you the same thing. I scratch the back of my neck, all of a sudden feeling terribly awkward. Was just taking a walk. Yeah, just taking a walk into these creepy woods. Same. Couldn't sleep? Nah. We grew quiet. I wonder if Genzu had the same urge to get out of the house as I had. So, yeah? You were going there, were you? I guess. I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it. Me neither. You don't think? I don't know. Guess we won't know if we don't check. Yeah. An owl hoots from somewhere in the darkness. Let's go then. Lead the way. I throw a final glance at a black void between the trees, then step inside. The air instantly cools. It's a damp chill, the kind that sticks to your skin and weighs down your chest. I press forward through the scattered bush, using my hands to keep from walking face first into a tree, or into Genzu. I can hear Genzu's cane whipping through the grass and snapping against bark behind me. It's eerie the way my body remembers which direction to go, even after this long, even in this pitch-black nothingness. Though perhaps it's not memory at all. Memory wouldn't tug at my arm. Memory wouldn't tweak the direction of my toes with every step, leading me further and further into the spongy blackness where all I can hear is my own heartbeat echoing off my rib cage. I reach forward, seeking out the bark of the next tree. Only this time, when my fingers touch the jagged edges, it sends a spark away up my arm and into the back of my throat. I wonder if it's not actually a tree but a person. I stop. Genzu's cane whaps against my ankles and he stops too. We're here? Yeah. I answer before I can even have a chance to check, because I know. How could I not? The biggest tree in the forest. Ah, where the beginning of the game was, actually. I wonder what happened afterwards. It's based like a giant boulder choked with winding roots. I let my fingers trace across its surface as I circle around. I was supposed to say around its surface, sorry. Careful not to trip on Menard outgrowths. Halfway around, my hand hits air. I come to a halt. The familiar edges are there, the rounded gap in the side, the hollow echo of stagnant air, the far-off scent of something sweet. It's open. I take a step back and hear Genzo approach. Jesus, my whole body is crackling with energy now. Even the breeze seems to have shifted. Everything moving towards that hole in the side of a tree. When was the last time? I don't know. I don't remember. Only I do remember. I'd been 16 and had gotten in another stupid fight with them, and I'd run out of the house, run to the woods. I cut my hand again and again until the blood ran rivers down my arm. But no matter how much I cried and how much I begged, the door had remained shut. It had already closed for me. But now it's open. Open again. And waiting. Waiting for us. I threw a glance at Genzo. I can just make him out through the darkness. He's got a hand curled up his hat, nails scratching at his scalp. Some part of me always thought it was a dream, you know? Like, you know how you always look back on the good old days, wishing you could go back to simpler times? But actually, those times sucked just as much as they do now. Something my brain made up to torture the current me. Probably didn't help that we never talked about it after it closed. The elephant in the room and all that. Until we forgot to even forget. And by then, you don't want to be the one to bring it up in case someone says you're crazy. The hole is staring at us. Somehow even darker and even inkier than the surrounding shadow. A void within a void. That's not even possible. But it was real. All of it. Jesus. For just a moment, I'm back in that circle. The book in my lap. Genzo. Gadgets, Orlum, and Bucks all staring at him. I can't believe I have to think about how to pronounce that, and even then I still get it incorrect. Gadget, Wonderland had welcomed us. A world just for us, where all of our dreams could come true. But we're no longer kids. I lick my lips, scratch my arm. Something feels wrong. Should we go in? My voice hitches. Even my vocal cords have reverted back to my prepubescent days. Somehow I feel like we don't have much choice. I move forward towards the hole, popping a squat among the weeds. Then there's that scent again. Soft, sweet, like the tempting aroma of a candy store. It curls up inside my nostrils. I grab the rounded edges and peek inside, leaning forward on my toes. We're sure it's not just some possum hole? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Genzo from behind. I can't tell if he's joking. I turn my head to look back, but whack my forehead on top edge and lose my balance. I land with a bruise-inducing thud on my shins and let out a string of 4-letter words. Yeah, I think we know what ones they are. They begin with F and end with K. For just a moment, I'm a teeter-totter, swaying back and forth, atop the bottom edge. Then my forward weight wins, and I tilt further, until there's nothing more for us to recognize, and topple straight into the hole. Great. Isn't that just fantastic? The darkness swallows me. Ooh. I'm falling. Wind whips my hair, my shirt, summoning water into my eyes. My stomach feels like it's been sucked up straight into my bowels. Ugh. On and on and on and on. Complete nothingness surrounding me. Perhaps this is all just a dream, consuming me. At some point, I'll go completely weightless. Am I still falling? I can't tell. My arms are pieces of floppy spaghetti undilating in invisible waves. My heart is the meatball. And my feet. Are my feet still there? There's a strange tingling vacuum where my legs should be. Maybe I'm dead. Maybe that really was a possum hole and I just fell smack into the bottom and hit my head and now I'm in a coma. Something pressed against my chest. I freak out for a minute until I realize it's my own hand. God damn it, hand! Why are you so foreign to me? I'm falling. I'm suspended. I'm floating. I'm everything all at once, but at the same time I'm also nothing all at once. Iggy. I open my eyes. Or do I close them? The world around me is as dark as the one inside my eyelids. What do you want, Iggy? I want you to shut up and grant my wish. Wake me up! What do I want? What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I don't know. How am I supposed to answer that? I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. My fingers are starting to tingle. First tiny nibbles of numbness, then build into incessant zaps of electricity. Up my arms they go. Growing and growing into my chest, into my stomach, shooting down into my legs. And loud. So loud. I can't hear. Can't think. Just when I thought I can't take it anymore. That's eerie. My mind goes blank. How do we end up here? Are we even dreaming right now? Iggy? There's something soft below me. A furry warmth curdled up and nested against my back like an oversized lumber pillow. Iggy! I'm not in a bed, am I? I don't remember my bed being quite this soft or lumpy. I move my lips against each other with a groan of displeasure and try to turn over before the tendrils of consciousness can finally claim me. For God's sakes, Iggy! You're going to get yourself buried in there! My eyes snap open. Or... this isn't my bed. This isn't my room. And these certainly aren't my stuffed animals. My hundreds of thousands of stuffed animals. The pile of them have overtaken the entire room of a room, or corner of a room, sorry. Almost like someone spilled a gigantic box of them through a hole in the roof. A very, very high hole in the roof. I stare up at that same hole now. Dark and endless and leading who knows how many miles back up to that circular gap in the tree I'm only just now remembering falling through. I blink in silence until an orange-capped head overtakes my view. You finally awake there, Sleeping Beauty? Genzu, the hole, we fell through the hole. Very good, Iggy. We did fall through that hole. Genzu takes my hand even as I'm trying to gesture up the scene in dazed confusion. He pulls me to my feet. And now we're at the bottom of the hole, because that's what happens when you fall down a hole. I pat my head, even though it looks quite bright outside. I pat my head, my cheeks, my waist, the side of my legs. Then we really... My gaze wanders to the rest of the room, to the warm grain of the hardwood floor, to the rounded windows, to the crackling fire with nearby stove, kettle already on the boiler. In the middle of the room stands a small table with 5 even smaller chairs, half-eaten cookies, cakes, and sweets litter its checkered cloth. We really? Genzu whistles beneath his teeth. Really? The sound snaps me out of my wonderment, and I turn back to Genzu, whose index finger is currently massaging his lower lip. I only realise at that moment that he's not wearing sunglasses. Genzu, where? I stop, because Genzu had turned and looked at me. Actually at me. Something that hasn't happened in years. My eyes grow so wide it's a miracle they didn't pop straight out of my skull. Genzu, you... Yeah. You asked me what I wanted. I wasn't gonna lie. I know on my top lip. I can't stop staring. A twinge of guilt tugs somewhere around my whatever that word is, the same twinge I selfishly tried to bury deep into the recesses of my chest long ago. Genzo scolds and jerks his head away. Would you just stop that? It's not like this is permanent. Yeah, but still. You mean you're not even at all? Oh yeah, I had my obligatory weepy moment. Stared at you all awkward-like while you slept as appropriately heartfelt music played in the background. Someone should have put the video on YouTube. Would have gone viral. Oh no. It's almost like this is on YouTube as well. What the heck? But blank that, I'm not gonna let myself get separated from reality. I'm sure as hell not gonna stay down here any longer than we need to. This is wrong, all of it. We're not supposed to be here. I finally pull my gaze away, attention returning to our quaint surroundings and the nostalgic smell of spice curling up inside my nasal cavity. I can't argue with that. Somehow I don't know. It's like looking behind the curtains at something I'm not supposed to see. I close my eyes and just for a moment the empty table in front of me is full. All 5 of us sitting there, gorging ourselves on cookies and sweets. All 5 of us? Chubby fingers reaching for fistfuls of cake, laughing about the wishes we'd made that day. Everything from a new puppy to a spaceship to sail around the moon. I remember that one time I wished I could talk to animals. That had been a treat. Now, however, the laughter was gone and all that's left are the deserted crumbles of childish innocence spilt. That word? I've never seen that word before. Spell with a T in unreadable patterns across the floor. I will say though, Iggs, you turned out exactly how I always pictured in my mind. Genzo puts his hands on his hips. I, like an idiot, let the follies of sentiment soften the rigid cresses of my heart. Oh? How's that? Like a loser. Very funny, man. Very, very funny. God damn, you didn't wish to turn into a stodgy old stick in the mud, did you? The Iggs I know would never have taken that sitting down. I put a hand to my head with a grimace. So I guess I don't know. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed is all. Guess I can't fault you for that. I keep pinching myself wondering when I'm gonna wake up from this dream. It really is unreal. Oh hey, Mr. Pants. I toss a glance at Genzo's discovery. He's holding a stuffed purple elephant with buttons to his eyes and a pair of yellow striped pants. Its trunk sags to one side of its face like a limp. Well, one can probably guess until Genzo gives it a flick and sends it to the other side. He was always my favorite. You had a lot of favorites if I remember correctly. What can I say? I have a lot of love to give. We should look for Bugs. You really think she's here? Genzo places Mr. Pants carefully atop one of the chairs. No? Yes? I don't know. None of this makes any sense, but clearly something was calling us here. Otherwise the door wouldn't have been open. You think it's called all of us then? This gives me pause. I think graduate Orlum? If Genzo and I both came. If Bugs is indeed already here. My gaze wanders to the window and the world beyond. My lips part. But before any words can form, the sound of footsteps interrupts my thoughts. Heavy. March-like. Again and again, steady and methodical. I throw a glance at Genzo, then dash towards the window. Genzo follows my suit. And soon both of us have our fingers on the soil and our heads squeezed inside the rounded frame, eyes seeking out the source of the sound. Ah, they come 2 by 2, boots bruising the dirt, long ears bouncing left, right, left. First 2 with white arm tipped red, second 2 tipped black, and on, all with wide shoulders heaving and iron spears swinging in sync. Oh my god, are these knights? They round the curve of the well-trimmed path, kicking up dust with each synchronous step. Are those the rabbits? Genzu's voice is hushed despite the glass separating us from a small battalion, sorry. My size twists uncomfortably. I think so? I can see in my mind, gangly and awkward, but sweet and dotting as they'd watch over us, patient and curious with each new treasure we'd shown them or game we wanted to play. They'd been our protectors, our friends, but now their soft brown fur is frazzled and splotchy. Their graceful ears are ripped and torn, and their kind eyes twist back and forth in their sockets, twitchy and jumpy. They march with purpose, red, black, red, black. Oh gosh, until the rabbit in the lead comes to an abrupt halt, those behind him barely able to stop in time. And they all seem to have different cards of the pack of cards in them. An ace of hearts. His ears are standing straight up like lightning rods baiting a storm, and his nose twitches once, twice, 3 times. He spins around. The rabbits behind him jump into gawkish salutes. The lead rabbit twists his head left, right. The way he moves is unnatural, so quickly and erratically, it's like watching a TV stutter from one frame to the next. The tufts of frayed fur on his cheeks shudder with each hair trigger contortion of his neck. Where is he? Where is he? The high-pitched squawk rattles the window pane. The other rabbits seem confused. They remain quiet, simply wrenching their heads back and forth in search of some unknown entity. Another squawk from the lead rabbit. I half expect to see puffs of steam billowing from his crooked ears. Sentry 218, you overgrown rodents. Oh gosh, this prompt an about face from the soldiers in the battalion, who quickly spin on their heels to face the single rabbit at the back, the only one without a partner. The rabbit in question flinches and steps back. Thud, thud, thud. Each impact of the lead rabbit's boots on the hard earth makes the walls of our small cottage shake as he storms to the back of the rank. His next words are screeched less than an hour from the lone soldier's fidgeting nose. I thought I told you to keep that buck in line, sentry. A pause. He grabs at the other rabbit's ear, half yanking it out of his skull in order to read what looks like some sort of metal tag affixed to a mangled cartilage. That word? 104. He lets go of the ear and 104's head jolts backwards. So tell me, then, where is 218? 104 has his head so low his face is half hidden inside the plate of his armor. Damn. I don't know, sir. He told me he has to go take a pee-shot. I tried to stop him, but he said it was urgent. He promised he'd be right back. The lead rabbit jerks forward and grabs 104's spear. Ears like crooked antennae protruding from his head. He waggles in tip in front of the cowering rabbit. His entire body twitches between each erratic flick. If I let every one of you untrained lagomorphs take a leak whenever you so much as spreezed your linens, we wouldn't even make it halfway around the kingdom. Do you want to be the one to report to the king that our daily patrol was held up on account of you nitwits' urinary incontinence? I think not. I'm sorry, sir. The lead rabbit's face has gone red. The next time someone so much as mentions needing to relieve themselves, he raises the spear above his head. I want you down your knees saying, let. The head of the spear descends, cocking 104 right between the ears, me, and again right on the spot. Help! Another jerk upward, another jerk downward, this time eliciting an audible crack from a bone. Stop, sir! But he doesn't stop. Not even after his verbal tirade is over. 104, brings his head up, but the spear swings past him easily. Again and again and again, cracking against the same spot. 104 drops to his knees as the next hit dents his skull inward. Damn! The other rabbits watch on in petrified silence, and out of the corner of my eye spy Genzu's fingers tighten against the windowsill. My breath has gotten itself caught somewhere around the base of my throat. Crack. Red leaks down 104's forehead, filling his eyes. Damn. Crack again. The crown of his head dimples, buckles. Crack again. This guy's ruthless. Pinkish brain pushes up through the fractured bone. Oh no, let's not just hit him on the head. How am I getting him? Pinkish brown pushes up through the fractured bone as his eyes bulge from their sockets. Oh gosh, that's a huge crack. Gosh, this time the head of the spear sinks all the way down to his nose, forming a mangled valley in the middle of his head and injecting blood and brain matter out of the sides of his face. 104's body shudders, deflates, and collapses to the ground. Sticky goop drips from the head of the spear and onto his back. The lead rabbit's shoulders heave. He gazes upon his handiwork for a moment before righting the spear and stabbing the bottom end into the dirt. The head of it shudders from the impact, sending more red splutters to the ground. He whirls towards his battalion, throws back his shoulders. No bathroom breaks! He squawks with another twitch of his head and shoulders. Yes, sir! The other rabbits pull a stiff about face, head snapping forward. Now march, you ingrats! With one last window rattling screech from the leader, they begin their march anew, boots bite into the dirt in methodical unity. Red, black, red, black. I'll wait until they're out of sight, the left path, before taking a moment to find my voice. Jesus! Genzu hisses for both of us. What happened down here? I finally manage. Something that wasn't supposed to, that's for sure. I wonder if this Wonderland's stability depends on the mind frame of each of us. We put away from the window. Genzu's eyes are tight. We're really going out there, then? Buck's gotta be out there somewhere. I don't know why or how I know, but some part of me knows. I put her hand to my forehead. She could be trapped. I don't know, but it's called us here again. It's called us here for a reason. Genzu wanders back towards the window, staring out at the now empty path. I've got a really goddamn bad feeling about this. It can't be that bad. Can it? This was our place. Our own special place, where nothing could ever go wrong. A place just for us. Well, it seems like not every Wonderland is filled with wonderful things. Genzu laughs, but it's not an amused laugh. More like air being squeezed out of his lungs. He turns to look at me, brows skewered. Sure. So yeah, about that rabbit. What the hell happened to that rabbit? God damn. The two of us are standing over the dead body of Sentry 104. I'm having a hard time keeping the bile from rising to the back of my throat. Genzo has his cap clenched between his hands. I still remember playing hide and seek with him in the sunflower fields. Genzo grimaces. I mean, you still can. It seems like the penalty for being found's gonna be a bit steeper now. I rolled my eyes. Come on, this is making me sick. We should keep moving anyway. Who knows how many more of these guys are out there? Genzu tugs his cap back over his tousled hair. Which way then? I toss a glance in the direction the rabbit battalion was headed. There's no sign of them now. but even the idea of being in their vicinity makes my stomach gurgle. I turn instead to study the path they appeared from. It winds to the right a short ways before curling to the left and disappearing behind an upraised mound of meadow grass. Scarlet-leaved trees occupy its either side. I would suggest we don't follow the homicidal rabbits, but that's just me. Yeah, both paths are empty, and for the life of me I can't form a clear mental image of what's down either of them. My memories are too scattered and vague. Right folks, I'm going to leave this decision up to you, and I'm going to let you in the comments section decide which path we're going to go down on. Left or right. So, I imagine that when they initially entered Wonderland the very first time when they were much younger, the Wonderland itself was filled with wonderful and majestic things, such as this house, and everything else as well. Like there was nothing chaotic here, it was just eternal peace. But because of the fact that Hunar and I've forgotten her name now, but they are in a very, very bad place right now mentally. So therefore, does that affect the stability of the Wonderland as well? And that's probably why some of the rabbits here or other creatures here have turned a more insane path in their lives, a more heinous path in their lives, because of the fact that their thought process is altered by the fact that the ones in which stumbled upon the Wonderland in order to create its entirety are now not 100%, and therefore things here are not 100%. But let me know if I should go left or right, which is the right answer. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all on the next time of Our Wonderland. Should I play all 5 acts, or should I leave it at just 1, or play 2, or play 3, or play 4? Again, I'll leave it up to you in the comment sections below in order to fathom out where I should be going, because this is going to be a pretty long game. I'm not sure how far we are into Act 1, or if we're not even in Act 1. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, people.